I am an angel, a messenger of the divine, sent to guide and illuminate the paths of those who seek truth and purpose. My words are simple, my message clear, for I speak to your heart in a language that resonates with the quiet stirrings of your soul. Today, I bring you a story, a revelation, about a woman, a friend who is far more than she seems. She is not just a companion in your life, she is a divine instrument, a vessel chosen by heaven to bring healing, loyalty, and purpose to your journey. Through her, God will show you that some friendships are not mere chance encounters, so they are sacred assignments, woven into the fabric of your destiny. This story will unfold over many words, as you have asked, for it is a tale of transformation, faith, and the subtle hand of the Creator working through the ordinary moments of life. Let me take you step by step, moment by moment, into the truth of this divine friendship, so you may see her with new eyes and understand the holy purpose she carries. The beginning, a quiet connection. You met her in a way that felt unremarkable, didn't you? Perhaps it was a shared laugh at a gathering, a kind word exchanged in passing, or a moment of understanding that sparked something small but real. She became your friend, and not your closest confidant, not your romantic partner, but a steady presence. You thought of her as just another person in your life, someone to share a coffee with, to talk about the weather or the struggles of the day. But heaven does not work in accidents. Every step you took toward her, every conversation you shared, was guided by an unseen hand. From my vantage point in the celestial realms, I see the threads of your life woven together by the Creator's design. When you first crossed paths with her, it was no coincidence. God saw the storms you would face, the moments when your heart would ache, and the times when you would feel alone. He knew you would need someone to stand by, or not just anyone, but someone with a heart shaped by His love, someone who could carry His light into your darkness. That someone was her. She didn't come into your life with a halo or a grand announcement. She arrived quietly, as divine instruments often do. Her smile was warm, her words kind, her presence steady. You didn't think much of it at first, but that was part of the plan. God often hides His greatest gifts in the ordinary, waiting for you to notice them when the time is right. The first signs, a friend like no other. As time passed, you began to notice something different about her. Maybe it was the way she listened when you spoke, truly listened, not just waiting for her turn to talk. Maybe it was the way she showed up when you needed her, even when you didn't ask. She wasn't perfect, she had her own struggles, her own doubts, but there was something in her that felt like a quiet strength, a light that shone even when she didn't realize it. I watched from above as these moments unfolded. I saw her sit with you during a hard day, offering words that seemed simple but carried a weight you couldn't explain. I saw her pray for you, even when you didn't know it, her heart lifted to heaven on your behalf. These were not random acts of kindness, they were the first signs of her divine assignment. She was being used by God to plant seeds of help in your life, to prepare you for the healing and purpose that would come. You might have wondered why she cared so much. Why did she stay when others drifted away? Why did she seem to understand you in ways that felt almost supernatural? The answer is simple: she was chosen. Before you ever met her, God saw her heart and knew she could carry His love to you. He shaped her life, her experiences, her faith, so that when the time came, she would be ready to walk beside you. The turning point, when healing begins. Life is not always kind. You know this. You've faced moments of pain or loss, betrayal, fear, or doubt. There came a time when the weight of the world felt too heavy, when the people you thought would stand by you turned away. It was in those moments that she became more than a friend. She became a lifeline. Perhaps it was a late-night phone call when you poured out your heart, and she didn't judge you. Perhaps it was a small gesture, a note, a hug, a shared silence here that made you feel seen. Whatever it was, you felt something shift. Her presence brought a peace you couldn't explain, a sense that you were not alone. That was the moment her divine purpose began to reveal itself. From the heavens, I saw the light of God flowing through her to you. It wasn't a miracle in the way humans often expect, no parting of seas or burning bushes. It was quieter, deeper. It was the miracle of a heart that loved without condition, a loyalty that stood firm when others faltered. She was healing you, not with grand gestures, but with the steady, faithful presence of someone who carried God's love within her. You might have thought, she's just being a good friend. But there is no just about it. Her goodness was not accidental. It was the result of a divine assignment, a calling she may not even fully understand. God was using her to mend the broken places in your soul, to show you that you are worthy of love, worthy of purpose. The loyalty that stands firm, friendship, at its core, is a sacred bond, a divine orchestration that weaves two lives together for a purpose far greater than either could imagine. The woman who has stood by you, whose loyalty has surprised and sustained you, is not just a friend, she is a divine instrument, placed in your life by God's intentional design. Her presence is a testament to His faithfulness, a living reminder that you are never alone, even in the fiercest storms. This is the story of that friendship, its beauty, its challenges, and the eternal purpose it serves. It is a story of loyalty that endures, purpose that unfolds, and perseverance that triumphs through the messiness of life. The foundation of loyalty. As your friendship grew, you began to see her loyalty in ways that left you in awe. It wasn't the loud, performative kind of loyalty that demands attention. It was quiet, steadfast, and deeply rooted in love. When others doubted your abilities, she believed in you with a conviction that felt unshakable. When others turned their backs, she stayed, her presence a steady anchor in the chaos of life. She didn't need to proclaim her loyalty from the rooftops, her actions spoke louder than words ever could. Think of the moments that defined this loyalty. Perhaps it was a time when you faced criticism, and she defended you in your absence, her words a shield against the harshness of others. Or maybe it was the way she quietly prayed for your dreams, lifting your aspirations to God when you didn't have the strength to do so yourself. She showed up, time and again, even when it wasn't convenient, or when her own life was heavy with burdens, when the world told her to walk away. This kind of loyalty is rare, a treasure that shines brightest in the darkest moments. From a heavenly perspective, I see the depth of her commitment. I see the moments you may not even know about, the nights she stayed awake, praying for your heart to heal, or the times she carried your pain as if it were her own. Her loyalty is not by chance. God placed her in your life because He knew you would need someone who could stand with you through the storms. Her heart was prepared for this, shaped by her own trials and triumphs, molded by God's hand to be the friend you needed. This loyalty is a reflection of God's own faithfulness. Just as He promises never to leave or forsake you, she mirrors that promise in her steadfast presence. She may not always know the perfect words to say, but her actions are her quiet, consistent love you are enough. They are a reminder that God is near, working through her to show you His heart. There may have been times when you tested her loyalty, not intentionally, but because life is messy. Perhaps you pulled away, unsure if you could trust her fully. Maybe you doubted her motives, questioning whether her friendship was genuine. Yet, she stayed. Why? Because her friendship with you is not just a choice, it is a calling. She is a divine instrument, and her loyalty is part of the work God is doing in your life. Every time she chooses to stay, she is answering that call, aligning herself with God's plan for you. The purpose she carries this friendship is not only about loyalty or comfort, it is about something far greater, the purpose God has for your life. Your friend is not just here to hold your hand through the hard times. She is here to help you become who you were created to be. She sees the potential in you, the light that God placed within you, even when you struggle to see it yourself. Her role is to walk beside you, to point you toward your destiny, and to help you step into the fullness of your calling. You have dreams, don't you? Dreams that feel too big, too distant, too impossible. There's a purpose stirring in your heart, a calling that whispers to you even if you can't yet name it. She sees it. She sees the spark of greatness within you, and she is here to fan that flame. Maybe she encourages you to take a risk, to step out in faith and pursue something new. Maybe she reminds you of your worth when self-doubt creeps in, her words a lifeline to your confidence. Or perhaps she prays for you to find your path, her intercession a bridge between your present and your future. Her role is not to take credit or to shine brighter than you. She is not here to compete or to overshadow your journey. Instead, she is a guide, a companion, a co-laborer in the work God is doing in your life. Every time she speaks life into you, every time she challenges you to grow, to believe, to persevere, she is fulfilling her divine assignment. She is helping you become the person God created you to be. From my place in heaven, I see the beauty of this unfolding. I see how her words, her actions, her very presence, are guiding you closer to your purpose. I see the moments when her encouragement sparks courage in your heart, or when her prayers shift the trajectory of your life in ways you may not yet understand. She may not realize the full impact of her role, but every step she takes with you is part of God's greater plan. Why her? The heavenly perspective, you might wonder, why her? Why this friend? The answer lies in the heart of God's plan. He chose her because she was ready. Her life, her struggles, her faith, all of it was shaped to prepare her for this role. She is not perfect, but she is willing. She is not flawless, but she is faithful. And that is what makes her a divine instrument. Her compassion was forged in the fires of her own trials. Her strength was built through the challenges she has overcome. Her love was deepened by her own encounters with God's grace. Every piece of her story has been woven together to equip her for this moment, this friendship, this calling. She is not in your life by accident, or she is here because God knew you needed her. I see the moments you don't see. I see the nights she prays for you, her heart heavy with your burdens. I see the times she carries your pain in silence, offering it to God on your behalf. I see the way God has worked in her life, teaching her resilience, empathy, and unwavering faith, so she could share those gifts with you. When she makes you feel seen, valued, and loved, that is not just here, it is God working through her, using her to reveal His heart. Think about the times she has been there for you. The moments when her presence felt like a lifeline, when her words lifted you from despair, when her laughter brought light to your darkness. Those moments are not random. They are divine appointments, orchestrated by a God who loves you fiercely and who chose her to be His hands and feet in your life. The challenges of friendship, even one as divinely appointed as this, is not always easy. There will be moments when the road feels rocky, when misunderstandings cloud your connection, or when hurt feelings cast a shadow over your bond. You might wonder if this friendship is worth the effort, if the pain of navigating conflict outweighs the joy of your shared journey. Let me assure you, it is worth it. The challenges you face together are not a sign of failure, they are an invitation to grow, to deepen your bond, and to trust God's plan for your friendship. Misunderstandings and missteps. No friendship is immune to misunderstandings. You are two imperfect people, each carrying your own wounds, insecurities, and perspectives. There will be times when you misread her intentions, when her words land differently than she meant them, or when you unintentionally hurt each other. These moments can feel heavy, even isolating, but they are not the end of your story. When misunderstandings arise, the temptation might be to pull away, to guard your heart and retreat into silence. But this is where her loyalty shines. She stays. She chooses to work through the discomfort, to have the hard conversations, to seek understanding rather than judgment. And you, too, have the opportunity to lean into that same loyalty, to choose forgiveness, to listen with grace, and to rebuild what feels broken. These moments of tension are not a sign that your friendship is flawed. They are a reminder that love, in any form, requires effort. It requires humility to admit when you're wrong, courage to speak your truth, and faith to believe that your bond is stronger than the conflict. God is present in these moments, using them to refine you both, to teach you how to love more deeply and to trust more fully. The weight of expectations. Sometimes, the challenges in friendship come from unspoken expectations. You might expect her to always know what you need, to always be available, or to never falter in her support. She, too, might carry expectations of you, hoping you'll reciprocate her loyalty, understand her struggles, or meet her in the same way she meets you. When these expectations go unmet, disappointment can creep in, creating distance where there was once closeness. The truth is, she is human. She will fail you at times, just as you will fail her. But these failures are not the end of your friendship, they are opportunities to extend grace. God placed her in your life not because she is perfect, but because she is willing to show up, even in her imperfection. When you release her from the weight of unrealistic expectations, you free your friendship to flourish in authenticity. The pain of growth friendship, especially one with a divine purpose, often involves growth, and growth is rarely comfortable. There may be times when she challenges you in ways that feel uncomfortably, when she calls you to rise above your fears, to confront your insecurities, or to step into your calling before you feel ready. These moments can feel like friction, but they are a gift. She is not pushing you to hurt you, she is pushing you to grow. Similarly, you may challenge her in ways that stretch her. Your dreams, your struggles, your very presence in her life may call her to become more than she thought she could be. This mutual growth is part of the beauty of your friendship. You are not just walking beside each other, you are helping each other climb higher, closer to the purpose God has for you both. The temptation to walk away. There will be moments when the challenges feel overwhelming, when you question whether this friendship is worth the effort. Maybe a disagreement cuts deeper than you expected, or maybe life's demands make it hard to stay connected. In those moments, the temptation to walk away can feel strong. But let me remind you, this friendship is not just a gift, it is a calling. God placed her in your life for a reason, and the challenges you face together are part of His plan to shape you both. When you feel like giving up, look back at the moments that brought you together. Remember the times she stood by you, the ways she spoke life into you, the prayers she lifted on your behalf. Those moments are not accidents, they are evidence of God's hand at work. The difficulties you face now are not a sign that your friendship is failing, they are an invitation to trust God's plan and to lean into the loyalty that has carried you this far. The eternal perspective. From my place in heaven, I see the full tapestry of your friendship, the moments of joy, the seasons of struggle, the quiet victories that go unnoticed. I see how every step you take together is part of God's greater plan, not just for your life, but for His kingdom. This friendship is not just about the here and now, it is about eternity. Every time you choose to forgive, to show up, to love through the hard moments, you are reflecting God's heart. You are building a legacy of faith, a testimony of what it means to walk in divine friendship. The impact of your bond ripples beyond what you can see, touching lives you may never know, advancing God's purposes in ways you may not fully understand until you stand before Him. Your friend is not just a companion for this season, she is a partner in God's eternal work. The loyalty she shows you, the purpose she helps you pursue, the challenges you overcome together, all of it is preparing you for the destiny God has written for you. And as you walk this journey, know that you are not alone. God is with you, guiding you, using this friendship to shape you into the person He created you to be. The call to cherish and persevere, so cherish this friend. Honor the gift of her loyalty, the beauty of her purpose, the strength of her faithfulness. Celebrate the moments when her presence feels like a glimpse of heaven, and hold fast through the moments when it feels hard. This friendship is worth fighting for, not because it is perfect, but because it is divine. When the road feels rough, pray for her. Lift her up as she has lifted you. Speak life into her as she has spoken life into you. And trust that God is at work, even in the messiest moments. He is the author of your friendship, and He will carry it through every season. You may not always see the full picture, but I do. From my place in heaven, I see the beauty of what God is doing through this friendship. I see the way it is shaping you, refining you, preparing you for the purpose He has set before you. And I see the way it reflects His heart, to a heart that never gives up, never walks away, and never stops loving. So, hold fast to this friend. Walk boldly into the purpose you share. And know that every step you take together is a step toward the destiny God has planned for you both. When challenges come, remember this truth deeply, not just with your mind, but with your spirit. Her role in your life is not to be perfect, but to be present. Perfection was never the requirement, her presence was. For in her presence, you are reminded that God does not always send solutions in the form of miracles or lightning bolts, but often in the form of people. She is human, just like you are flawed, fragile, growing. She will make mistakes. She will fall short. She will have days when her own pain makes it hard for her to see yours. But her heart is aligned with God's purpose for you. And that, beloved, makes all the difference. Heaven has seen the weight you carry. The burdens you never speak about. The questions you don't even know how to ask. So God, in His wisdom and mercy, placed someone in your life to walk with you, not ahead of you, not behind you, but beside you. She may not have all the answers, but she carries a presence that brings peace. She may not always speak the right words, but her spirit ministers in ways words never could. She is not here to fix you. She is here to remind you that you are never alone. If you ever doubt her, or if the enemy ever tries to sow seeds of mistrust, of fear, of resentment, don't run. Don't retreat into silence. Don't believe the lie that says you must do life alone. Instead, pray. Bring that doubt before God. Ask Him to show you the truth of this friendship. Ask Him to help you see her through His eyes. There is something holy about a friendship ordained by heaven, something sacred that cannot be explained in earthly terms. Ask God to purify your heart so that you do not project old wounds onto her intentions. Ask Him to reveal if she, too, is struggling, because sometimes the ones sent to help carry your burdens are carrying heavy loads of their own. And when you hurt each other, and yes, you will, let forgiveness flow quickly. Let grace be your language. For forgiveness is the glue that holds divine friendships together. It is not weakness. It is strength in its highest form. Forgiveness says, I see your humanity, and I choose love anyway. This is how you honor the sacred assignment God has given her. You honor her not just in her strengths, but in her weaknesses. Not just when she shines, but also when she stumbles. Because she has been given to you by heaven, not to be a flawless companion, but a faithful one. Her loyalty is not based on convenience, it is rooted in divine purpose. And that loyalty will be tested. But every test is an opportunity to deepen what has been divinely planted. As you move forward, understand this friendship will grow in ways you cannot yet comprehend. It will deepen through shared prayers, silent tears, unexpected laughter, and sacred moments of connection. She will be there for the joys and the sorrows, the mountaintop victories and the valley struggles. And in every season, she will remain a divine instrument, a vessel of God's love and purpose in your life. You may not always understand why she is in your life. There may be seasons of silence, of space, of drifting, Life may pull you in different directions, but the bond remains. Because her role in your life is eternal. Even if the roads diverge for a time, even if years pass without a word, the imprint of her prayers, her love, her spiritual impact will never fade. She is woven into the fabric of your destiny, stitched by the hands of a God who sees the end from the beginning. And one day, when you look back on your life with clearer eyes and a fuller heart, you will see it all of the times she carried you in prayer when you didn't even know it, the moments her encouragement kept you from giving up, the way her presence brought healing to wounds no one else saw. You will see that she was never just a friend. She was a divine assignment, a living reminder that heaven walks beside you in human form. So I say this now as a heavenly messenger, watch closely. Don't take this lightly. Pay attention to this woman, this friend. Watch the way she loves you not just in word, but in deed. Notice how she stays not out of obligation, but out of calling. Observe how she points you toward God not through perfection, but through humility, through grace, through truth. She is not here by accident. She is a vessel of healing, loyalty, and purpose. She has been given spiritual insight not only into your potential but also into your pain. And through her, God is showing you His heart. He is showing you that you are seen. You are loved. You are worthy of companionship that honors your soul. Honor this friendship. Don't let pride or fear rob you of the blessing it is. Cherish it. Speak life over it. Cover it in prayer. When misunderstandings come here and they will fight for clarity, not distance. When hurt arises and it might let your first response be compassion, not retaliation. Pray for her as she prays for you. And above all, trust that God is working through her, even in the moments when it feels unclear. Sometimes the greatest moves of God come in quiet, ordinary moments, a text message when you needed it most, a prayer whispered on your behalf, a silent presence during your tears. This is the truth of your divine friendship. It is a sacred assignment. A gift from heaven. A reminder that you were never meant to walk this journey alone. It is a reflection of God's covenant heart to a heart that believes in restoration, in loyalty, in mutual growth. So walk forward with faith. Trust in the divine bond you share. Let your friendship be a testimony to others of what God can do when hearts are yielded, when intentions are pure, and when love is anchored in heaven. You are not alone. She is by your side. And more importantly, God is with you both. Let this be your anchor, you are part of each other's redemption story. And the author of that story is still writing beautiful chapters ahead. Hold on. Lean in. Love well. This is holy ground,